This is Peter Ripley of the Ripley Report, and today I am here interviewing Penny Linterman, who is the program coordinator for the Emergency Management Office, who's doing a county-wide or three-county-wide.
Well, it's a state. Actually it's an international exercise.
Let's see.
Which will be June 7 through 10. There are several full-scale military exercises on the tail of this that will occur after we have our local one here. So June 7 to 10 is focused primarily on just our state. Clallam County is part of Region 2, so that's Kitsap, Jefferson, and Clallam. And we're going to be activated in our EOC all 4 days.
Anything, okay, you want to tell us what is the lowdown in the entire deal, or...
Sure.
Go ahead and...
This is to simulate how we would respond to a 9.0 earthquake, which is the Cascadia subduction zone. From research and science, we have learned that when this fault ruptures, the shaking will be 4 to 8 minutes in length. It will be absolutely devastating. It will damage our infrastructure beyond what we can imagine. Roads will be out, communications will be out, there will be no fuel. You'll basically be camping for an extended period of time. So the part of the exercise is to see how we do locally and also to integrate with the military. And we have a number of military units coming in to our county to assist with this drill and to see how well we do together. The intent of the military is not to take over the response, but to work with local people in a joint effort.
Okay. Are you preparing anything for those of us who are disabled or on air, having to use these CPAP machines to breathe during night and so forth and so on, and any plans about the medications and the people need to have during this time frame, and if we're going to be out in the wilderness, in essence. A lot of people, especially people with disabilities, is going to pretty rough. It's going to be pretty rough, and especially when you have to run things on electronics, and they won't be able to get around easy.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And it's going to be. Have you guys made any thought on that? Had any thought on that, and what you do with that?
We've given a great deal of thought to that, and we have grave concerns because with no power, that means no one will have any power. If you're disabled, that's going to be very difficult. We recommend that people lay in sufficient food and water and medication to be able to survive on their own without assistance for 30 days. If you're dependent on oxygen and do not have a generator that you can run your oxygen on, there will be no replacement. So this is a very severe effect of a very difficult disaster. There aren't sufficient resources to be able to set up shelters and so forth for at least 30 days in that event.
You think the county courthouse could be part of this sheltering situation?
I do not. I think the courthouse will not survive the Cascadia earthquake. I think that we have some structural analysis. The building cannot be retrofitted. It has been designed with 8 design flaws which prevent it from being able to receive federal funds for retrofitting. So I don't think that the courthouse will survive. Portions of it may, but it would only be for government use, would not be a public shelter.
I see. Are you expecting this Cascadia fault to happen soon, or are you just preparing for the event that when it does? I mean,
it will happen sooner or later. We are past the average time when it occurs. They occur on an average of every 200 to 1,000 years. We're about 316 years since the last one. There's all kinds of statistics given for the likelihood and all of that, but just rough scale would be about a 1 in 4 chance in the next 50 years. No one really knows. It could be any time, or it may not be for another 800 years.
Well, there's one thing to be prepared. and there's another thing, it's the atmosphere of fear. I know, I realize it's a fearful thing to the prospect of it. What are you doing with the maybe the psychological effects this may be having, or what do you made any thoughts on that? How this is playing out, maybe, and
Well, it is very disturbing, and there is a lot of fear. I've had at least one elderly resident move from the county after hearing the possibility and how severe the damage would be from an earthquake. It is very frightening. The only way that I can manage that myself is to make sure that I've done proper preparation for myself and my home to be able to endure for at least 30 days. And it's not an easy task, but I figure the best preparation is to have a plan, have the proper supplies, and have an idea of what to expect.
is there any grant funding that's out there that could probably assist in the aftermath, or maybe even the preparation that's out there that you guys have yet to tap into or even consider?
There's no grant money in advance. Certainly after the fact, there will be FEMA funding and a great deal of resources thrown at it. But in the scheme of ranking things in the United States, other than a nuclear attack on a large city, this is the number one concern of FEMA and the Department of Defense in the United States. This disaster will dwarf what happened in Hurricane Sandy, and it will dwarf what happened in Louisiana.
Okay, well, thank you, Penny, for your time. Any final thoughts before we close up?
Make a plan, execute your plan, and work on it all the time.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Penny, and best of luck.
Thank you, Peter.